Adolf Hitler, one of the most infamous names in history. His reign as the leader of Nazi Germany led to World War II, and his ideologies were the driving force behind the Holocaust, resulting in millions of innocent lives lost. But how did a failed artist from Austria come to hold such power over one of the most advanced nations in the world? And more importantly, what lessons can we learn from his rise to ensure history never repeats itself? Born in 1889 in Braunau am Inn, Austria, Hitler's early life was unremarkable. He dreamed of becoming an artist, applying twice to the Academy of Fine Arts Vienna, only to be rejected both times. This failure marked one of the earliest blows to his ambitions, and as history would show, it wouldn't be the last time setbacks would shape his path toward destruction. After leaving Austria for Germany post-World War I, Hitler quickly rose to prominence in the German Workers' Party, later renamed the National Socialist German Workers' Party, the Nazi Party. Germany in the 1920s was fertile ground for radical ideologies. The Treaty of Versailles had left the nation humiliated, burdened by reparations, and grappling with economic instability. Hitler recognized this. He didn't just step into the chaos, he exploited it. Through fiery speeches, he offered the people an enemy: the Jews, communists, intellectual elites, and anyone who could be scapegoated for Germany's struggles. Hitler skillfully leveraged propaganda, preying on people's insecurities and their desire for redemption. He promised a better future, appealing to both nationalism and fear. Ordinary men and women found themselves drawn to his vision, believing in the possibility of restoring dignity to their crippled nation. By 1933, Hitler had become Chancellor of Germany. Over the next decade, he consolidated power, dismantled democracy, and constructed a totalitarian regime. He didn't act alone. He was surrounded by a cadre of followers who enabled his policies. But his personal obsession with purity, race, and expansion laid the foundation for what came next. But how did it happen? How did people allow themselves to become tools for hatred and oppression? That is one of history's most complex questions, with answers rooted in psychology, economics, and sociology. Hitler didn't seize Germany alone. He wielded his influence through fear, propaganda, and a complicit population desperate for change. It's a sobering reminder of how vulnerable societies can become when they experience widespread fear and instability, or when they embrace apathy in the face of injustice. The Nazi regime didn't begin with death camps. It started with ideas. Laws like the Nuremberg laws systematically stripped Jewish people of their rights. Books were burned, dissenters silenced, and propaganda reinforced a worldview that dehumanized entire groups of people. Small actions accumulated, brick by brick, until the foundations of genocide were firmly in place. What's most unsettling about Hitler's story is the role ordinary civilians played, not Hitler himself, but citizens, bureaucrats, soldiers, and neighbors who carried out orders and turned a collective blind eye. History shows that atrocities don't need everyone to act. They only need enough people to comply passively or remain indifferent. World War II ended in 1945 with Hitler's death and Germany's surrender. But his impact was far-reaching. The Holocaust remains one of the darkest chapters in human history, and the political and psychological scars of his regime shape Europe to this day. Trials like those held in Nuremberg were critical in establishing accountability, but the Nazis didn't invent genocide. They exposed how modern machinery and organizational systems could be weaponized against humanity itself. And so the lingering question is, can it happen again? The truth is chilling. The elements that allowed Hitler to rise, economic instability, widespread fear, and the manipulation of truth, are not unique to 1930s Germany. They exist today in different forms and in different parts of the world. The importance of education, critical thinking, and standing against oppression cannot be overstated. Leaders matter, yes, but so do followers. Societies thrive or crumble based on whether individuals choose empathy or apathy, action or silence. Adolf Hitler's story isn't just a tale of one man's atrocities. It's a warning, a stark reminder of humanity's capacity for both evil and resilience. It's about the power of ideas, the dangers of unchecked authority, and the importance of vigilance in protecting freedom. The lessons of his life and his crimes should echo through time, urging us to confront prejudice wherever it surfaces and hold ourselves accountable for the progress of our collective humanity. Because history doesn't repeat itself, it rhymes, and it's up to us to decide what kind of future we're writing.